Hello, everyone, and welcome to this EDUCAUSE demo day. Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. And on behalf of EDUCAUSE, I want to thank our presenters today from Vicinia. This demo day is focused on accessibility services and solutions. I'm your host, Nikki House. Please use the chat to share your comments or ask questions to our presenters. If you would like for everyone to view your chat, be sure to select everyone in the drop-down menu. And if you need closed captions, select the Show Captions button appearing at the bottom of the Zoom room. Now, please join me in welcoming our presenters from Vicinia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ali. I'm the VP of Business Development here at Vicinia, and I have with me Dr. Farshad here, and he's the CEO of Vicinia. Thank you for the opportunity of presenting Vicinia to you. Dr. Farshad, if we can go to the slide 2. Vicinia is a spatial intelligence platform helping campuses like yours to create smarter, more inclusive environments through powerful digital maps and integrated visitor engagement tools. At many campuses, accessibility is still fragmented. It's still fragmented from ADA compliance to intuitive navigation and inclusive design. Visitors, students, and staff often struggle to understand how to navigate from point A to point B, especially in the complex spaces. And let's face it, most current solutions are either outdated, siloed, or simply not designed for flexible learning environments. Personally, when I think of accessibility, I think of a space and how we manage space and allow people to use the space. Vicinia, if we can go to the slide and next slide. Just a quick shout out to EDUCAUSE and thanking them for having us here today and recognizing how Vicinia plays a great role in the campus accessibility. And thank you to EDUCAUSE for advocating for accessibility and inclusivity within the educational space. Vicinia is more just it's more than just mapping solution or mapping tools. Vicinia is a single platform designed to unify wayfinding, accessibility services, mobility services, engagement services. What we do is we put together ADA compliant routes, wayfinding, navigation within the campus from the origin to destination. Think of it think of a student that has accessibility needs and they need to navigate from their house to the auditorium. And this is what Vicinia actually solves for complex campuses. We put together the complex environment of a campus from shuttle routes to bike routes to indoor navigation, outdoor navigation, all under the same umbrella. And the beauty of our platform is that the output of this solution is on the kiosks, on the mobile apps, on the desktop. And all of these promotes accessibility and inclusivity. Besides that, we believe that no system should exist in by itself. We believe that we believe in an open architecture. That's why Vicinia is modular and integrates with most of your other accessibility services and other solutions that you already have. And through integration, we also achieved a level of safety and a platform which promotes safety as well at the campuses, where we allow students and staff to call for an SOS emergency from their devices, and that will notify the first responders or the actual security services at the campus. some challenges that we are solving through our solutions are lack of clear on-site navigation, lack of understanding where am I located currently at the in the campus, because in most of the campuses are large and complex, and specifically for people with accessibility needs. It becomes sometimes challenging to arrive in time to a destination without clarity how to navigate the campus. We are allowing step-by-step navigation, as I said earlier, from the origin to destination, and our system does not have the limitation that normal Google Maps or any other maps have, just because we are getting the person from where they are to where they want to be in the campus, including the indoor space. And we are integrating all ways of transportation, as I said earlier, the bus routes, the shuttle routes, the ADA compliant routes, the parking lots, and all of this is happening through an enhanced wayfinding solution that we have. We also have a seamless integration with other systems that you have. For example, if you have already a parking solution that you are working with, we can integrate with them. Or as I said earlier, for safety, we can integrate with your existing security systems. For events, if you have an events management application, we can integrate with them. So Vicinia is a very modular system that works, as I said earlier, with an open architecture in mind. And we also are modular in the sense of the level of permissions we give per user base. Your staff will have certain level of permissions, the students, the visitors will have a certain level of permission. I just want to emphasize that, and in a little bit, Dr. Farshad is actually going to share his screen and show our product live in an example of a case study that we have with UCLA. So please be tuned and have this opportunity to look at our system and how wonderful it is. If we can slide to another slide, please. As I talked earlier about the safety enhancement of our solution that is possible through the integration. Also, we do have a suite of tools that allow and enhance virtual navigation of the campuses. Again, people with accessibility do have a challenging time participating or coming to visit the campuses in certain times, but virtually, or navigating virtually, or having a preview of how do I get from this point to that point helps a lot. Also, during the events, there may be maybe a challenge for, again, people with accessibility needs to participate, but with our solution, that is possible. Again, as I said earlier, from parking lot, from bus routes to the indoor space or to a designated spaces that the campus has, Vicinia is it covers it all with ADA compliance in mind. And as I said earlier, Dr. Farshad is going to share his screen and show Vicinia in action. But before that, I would like to highlight the wonderful UCLA use case that we have, case study that we have. And within that, we have some major milestones that we have achieved for them. We have mapped over 1.8 million square feet of their indoor space. We have allowed them to manage events manage parking spaces for these events. We have created ADA routes and allowed wayfinding within their campuses, and we have integrated all of their shuttle and bus transits and stops and routes within the system. Some other milestones were alongside with the indoor space that we mapped for them, we also mapped 467 acres of their outdoor space. We have been the official providers for one of their major events, wayfinding providers for their major event. We have mapped 3,000, a huge parking lot that has 3,000 spaces, and as I said earlier, the spaces are the ADA compliant or access. The spaces that are ADA are marked, and we have actually have filmed on how a person with ADA compliance, with ADA needs, is navigating from parking lot to, or from the road to parking lot into the event. And we have integrated their transits, routes and stops, and all of these were ADA compliant. Dr. Farshad.
I think it's about time I start the demo, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exciting.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, very good. Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be with you all. Thank you for coming. My name is Farshad Lahuti. I'm the founder and CEO of Vicinia. The need for such a unified platform to manage spaces and mobility on a campus came from my couple of decades of working in higher education industry, and seeing the need for the tools for better engagement of everyone on campus and how it affects the betterment of their lives and their learning experience. So it's all about inclusivity, making sure people have access to this common great physical campuses that many of our universities have, so that they can enjoy the experience of their young ages on campuses. This is the UCLA campus. This is some 470-acre central campus of UCLA. As you can see, this is nestled in Santa Monica, just for you to see where it is in the map of the U.S. So it's a rather dense area. It's a little bit steep and hilly, as you can see here. So ADA becomes a very critical issue. They have a few hundred buildings and parking structures and parking lots, and this is a complete mapping and interactive that is, when I zoom in, I can see many details that and I can explore the map the way I wish. So this is, for example, the infamous Holly Pavilion that you probably have seen some college games in it, or at least on TV, that we have mapped for better wayfinding in and around it. Another prime example is this parking structure that I'm going to show you. This is probably one of the biggest parking structures I have seen. And that's, you can see it's, the length of it is almost twice as big as a football field on multiple floors, a few thousand parking spots. And if I zoom in, then you will see that every parking spot is marked, is indexed, and I can explore that. There are, of course, some of them that are ADA parking spots, and those are also properly marked. These are some examples here. For example, a few parking spots here and here that are ADA parking spots. Another example of our indoor maps is this Ronald Reagan Medical Center, which is a huge medical facility on the UCLA campus. And as you can see, all the rooms and here, for example, restrooms with accessibility information are properly mapped, the information desks, and so forth. Let me zoom out a little bit. You have the function to search for almost anything here that's a spatially indexed. There are some hotkeys at the bottom. For example, you can see about like landmarks on campus. A few landmarks are mapped. The Wilson Plaza that I will show you some, the Bruin Plaza and others. This is, I come back to this soon. Similarly for parking facilities, sports facilities, where they are, and we can navigate to it. I'll show you soon. And the academic buildings and so forth. You can search about anything that you like on the map. One key example is of integrations is this Bruin bus, which is a shuttle on campus, and so they have different routes here on campus, and I can see them. If there is an active bus, I can see it live, where it is, and I can track it. There are details of about every single route. You can see the stop sequences. You can locate them on the map, and you can see all the schedules here as well. So to again, for example, this is another line U5. The bus is here. There is a stop here on Wilshire, and I can the schedule, and then I can see where it goes from here, where it arrives at different locations. But we have integrated wayfinding as well. As I can see, this is what we refer to as the explore mode. So you're exploring the campus right now. In the interest of time, let me get started with some wayfinding examples and what I can do with wayfinding. I'll try to focus on one of the buildings that we have here. It's an academic building. It's the Engineering 6 building, and a few examples of what integrations can do. This is a pretty sophisticated solution. We have spent a lot of time with the UCLA team to further the integrations. So this is an example of an academic building here, and imagine that I would like to navigate myself to this building, and I show you a few examples here. One example is this: imagine I'm going to meet with somebody, and in this case, it's integrated with the directory. It doesn't have to be, but this is a very nice feature, so I'll prefer to show that. So it's Professor Eskin that I'm visiting, so it knows where I can meet him, where it's a location that's assigned, and then I can start from anywhere. Just because we are in Pasadena, I just like this example to start with downtown Pasadena and see what kind of experience we're going to get. So of course, I get what I expect is starting with the driving experience, but the excitement begins when we arrive at campus. This is completely managed wayfinding experience, meaning that as an administrator of the campus, I have control into properly setting the campus environment in the sense that people have the right experience. For example, in this case, the visitor was directed to parking structure 9, which is for visitors. And so, and it's of course within a reasonable distance to the where I'm going. But then if you check the wayfinding here, so it gives directions to a set of stairs, and then it goes to uh, second floor, and then finally the office where I'm going. So now imagine that I have some accessibility needs, and that's what I wanted to show here. I can set my desires here. So I imagine that I would want to avoid stairs. I may wish to choose for automatic doors or go for wheelchair accessible routes. Or let's say I'm claustrophobic. I would prefer to avoid elevators or any of the needs that I may have. In this case, I flip the switch for a wheelchair accessible route instead. So the whole experience now changes in the sense that it ensures that this parking has ADA parking spots, which indeed in this case it had, but then it's now taking me to a different door. It goes through an automatic door now, and then it's now taking me to an elevator. So it customizes the whole wayfinding experience um, to my accessibility needs. And similar experience that I'm showing you on the web right now, you get it on your mobile, you get it on our kiosks that are installed. So you get the same seamless experience everywhere. And if it's on your mobile, you can do live navigation like the way you expect it. Let me show you a couple of other examples. For example, I could go with transit here, and then, let me try a different setting here. A ride sharing, maybe try that. Yeah. If I try with the ride sharing, what I see here is that I'm being dropped off at a particular location. That particular location is a designated, so it doesn't randomly send me somewhere uh, it, on campus that we, based on our experience, that's a challenge in the sense that Uber and Lyft may take you anywhere on campus and drop you off in undesired locations, but this is designated ports that you can adjust on our back office arrangements, and as you can set it. So it goes underneath the football court to the final destination. Similarly, if I were to show you another example here before we move on, I want to show you a biking experience. And in this case, so these, the bike routes on campus are accurate to the dot. It's, it knows where you can bike on campus. And in the case of scooters, which is very important, if there are dismount areas that people are not supposed to go, it knows the campus by heart, so it properly navigates you to it. It uh, it knows the uh, also where you can drop your bike or scooter, so it knows the racks where they are, and then the rest of the experience. I have a few minutes left. I would like to leave us enough room with questions and answers. So I show you a couple other things. For example, another nice example would be when somebody is going to an event. So when you're going to an event, again, it's integrated with event server um, of the campus. For example, I can search for events right here. So I take one, let's say it's a robotic event. Again, we're focused on this particular building. I can choose any point on the map. In this case, I picked one location here so we can have a different experience. It's again, same wayfinding. I can find my way to a particular amphitheater, the theater where the event is being held. Uh, another another thing I was curious to show you. It's interesting. It's the commencement in UCLA, which is huge, and we worked with the campus here. It's the a lot of people commute between uh, two particular points on campus, between the Royce Hall, which is where the events happen, and the Wilson Plaza, where many people land. This is the parking structure for. It looks just a very short uh, way to go, but as you can see in the image, this is pretty steep. It's about 100 stairs and a clear challenge, whether you have a wheelchair or not. So you indeed may want to avoid the stairs. This was a prime example of our system to show how it changes the experience. Let me try to quickly show you that. And let me just refresh. Yeah, we were going from Wilson to Royce, and then we'll stop there. So if I go from Wilson Plaza uh, to Royce, so of course it wants to take me through all the stairs, but then the challenge becomes when I am on a wheelchair and I would rather get a different route, and then it becomes a really not an intuitive route. It's pretty complicated route that you're supposed to take, but at least now you have clear directions of how you can do that. And there were some 20,000 people attending commencement, as you can imagine. There is pretty good chance that people have such needs. I'll stop here to ensure we have enough time for questions and answer. We can always come back to this to show you more. And there is also opportunity for you to book a time for a personalized demo with Ali to answer any questions you may have.
I think there is a question from Jennifer. She's asking what kind of options do we have for the buildings or the space description and title?
Okay. Plenty. So I would say anything you like. I show you a couple of examples. Uh, you, I don't know, let's pick one. In Poly Pavilion, you have descriptions. You can connect to their website, phone numbers, all the amenities. If we map them, this is a public view, so you see very limited information. It's a public view. Anybody has access to this. But if I log in, then I have more and more granular data. For example, I can have even for a parking facility, the number of spots it has, uh, and the number of even with LPR, license plate reader integration that you're working with the campus, you can have the number of available spots. So that was the long answer. The short answer is that you can have all the descriptions you like, the resources and amenities that the building has can be either manually entered, or if we map the indoors, it automatically fetches all the information.
Okay, and it can also be integrated with your directory, and it can be parsed based on the user permission. Let's say if we are integrated into your facility management department, then they would see totally different information that is more private to that department. We have another question here. Do you offer wayfinding for blind and low vision students?
There are two possibilities. One is the particular way of displaying the information on our mobile apps, that for people who may have more vision needs, and so that we comply with the standards in that space. Another upcoming feature, if you noticed in the wayfind, let me just close this. In the wayfinding that I did, I got turn-by-turn navigation. And that turn by turn was not only on outside of the campus, but also inside the campus, to the parking, from the parking, on campus, on foot, inside the building. So it includes step-by-step navigation all the way. And there is the upcoming feature in our next release for voice readout. So that would be for people who prefer to listen to this. But the information is already pretty granular. Mm.
Okay. I think those were the only two questions. If anybody has any more questions, please welcome to drop them. But since we have a few more minutes, I think we'd like to cover what is in the future for Vicinia.
Sure. If you want, I can do that. As Ali mentioned, we have built Vicinia on an open platform, a proprietary industrial IoT platform we refer to as ThingsML. That's why it allows us to seamlessly connect to many of your existing systems, from sensing, the localization services that we provide, from any uh, uh, control functionalities, and the smart mapping that you saw, the communication technology. So we can facilitate that in a very modular fashion. Not all campuses would require many of the may not require all of the modules that I demonstrated, but it can be tailored based on the need of particular campuses. So interoperability with other systems and um, and a modular design has been an important underpinning uh, framework for us to make sure that we can address the needs of our clients properly. So that's something to highlight. The voice is coming sooner than you uh, that you can imagine. It will be available in by the end of Q2.
Okay, I would like to cover some wonderful integrations we have. Vicinia has multiple integrations. Some of them you see here. We are integrated not only with our tech partners, but also with our hardware partners, because we, as we said earlier, our output is on various digital signage like kiosks and on the mobile apps as well. So think of Vicinia when you are getting Vicinia's service, you are right away providing a way of navigating your campus on the fingertip of your staff and of your students, because they will have the mobile app also available through our platform. And here you see some of our integrations like AssetWorks, Rapid SOS, T-Mobile, ViewSonic, and others. As we said, we do work with various departments within a campus. What you have seen probably is more user, what you have seen is probably more user facing, but we do have an in-depth tools for administration as well, from facility and asset management and tracking um, to as we said, event management, parking management, and so on. And just because you were here and heard what we had to say, we have a special offer for you guys. It's limited to 10 spaces. If you are interested to experience our product for 3 months free of cost, we are going to add as a bonus also digitalizing your campus for one of the central parts of your facility, and offer mapping for 2 floors of your communal building. So if you are interested, please email me directly. The email is right here. You can also scan the QR code that you see and book your space with us. We'll be happy to work with you and see and show you how Vicinia can change the way your visitors and staff experience your campus. And not sure about how long we have, but do we have any more questions in the chat?
Do
You
you,
do
Ali? I
have
think,
one.
Ali, I think you would want to leave the slide up so people can.
Yeah. Stop
And
sharing.
you do have a question from Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
And voice would be very helpful for everyone. How long in the future, as you were talking about your roadmap, I think this question came up. How long in the future would this feature be available? For example, you're close to release or just starting on that
Yes, it
feature?
will be released in Q2. Yes, in the same quarter we're in.
Okay.
It
Well,
looks
thank
like
you.
that is the last one. Okay. It looks like that is the last question in the chat. And so I'll
Very
give
good. As Ali said, I encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity to see the behind the scenes and to get access to our management dashboard for your own campus to try things out. please do reach out to Ali. There is there's only 10 spots, and we'll be happy to work with you and your team on this. Thank you.
On behalf of EDUCAUSE, I want to thank you, Ali and Dr. Farshad, for your presentation today and the information. If you don't get it today for the surprise element of this session, as far as the giveaway, that is also available on the Canvas page that I shared the link for. So please share your feedback for this session by using the online poll before you leave. And as a reminder, the demo recording and other resources will be available later today on the event site. And you'll also be able to share your contact information directly with our presenters there. We look forward to seeing you at our next session starting at 1:30 Eastern.
Thank you very much, everybody. It was
Yeah.
our pleasure.